Hi guys, and welcome to today's tutorial. In today's lesson we're going to focus on some of the keywords for the chapter of volcanoes and volcanic activity, which are really important you need to know for your Leaving Cert Geography exam. Please, just before I start the video, can you follow us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook? You can do that by looking up Exam Revision for You on any of our social medias, and you can please do give us a follow. Okay, so we're going to look at some of the keywords for this chapter on volcanoes, and the first one is molten rock. And molten rock is below the surface. It's usually in like the mantle, and we call that magma. So it's just another name. Molten rock is just another word for magma. And when the molten rock or the magma reaches the surface, then we call that lava. Alright, the next one is lava, and lava is when, like we said, like when molten rock or magma, when it reaches the surface, we call it lava. Just one thing to know that you need to know for Leaving Cert Geography exam is that lava can be broken into two types. You've got basic lava and you've got acidic lava. Basic lava is where you find it on shield volcanoes. It's where it's low in silica contents. That makes it really light, and it's like very runny. It's very hot, but it's because it's got low silica content, and because it's very runny lava, the gases are able to easily escape. So what happens here is the eruptions are not as explosive as they would be with the acid lava when it's really high in silica content, because basically what happens then is that when it's high in silica content, it's really thick lava, so the gases actually get trapped within inside the lava and they can't actually escape, and then what happens is that over time the pressure builds up, and eventually when it does explode, the eruption will be really great. The next one is volcanic gases. Volcanic gases are released when volcanoes erupt, and what it actually releases is carbon monoxide. And carbon monoxide is carbon dioxide and sulfur. These are gases that are found within volcanoes, and they're released into the atmosphere. And as a mixture, carbon monoxide is very poisonous and dangerous to humans, and will kill humans if too much carbon monoxide is inhaled. The next one is pyroclastic flows, and pyroclastic flows are just the hot materials that it's like broken rock, ash, cinders and volcanic bombs. Volcanic bombs are just large pieces of rock, and that is all like released, and it looks like a big huge cloud of lava, dust, particles, ash, cinders and volcanic bombs that's flowing down the volcanic mountain. And this is like pyroclastic flows are really dangerous and deadly, because they just like engulf everything in their path and destroy everything that they cross over. Volcanic dust, one thing to note from the pyroclastic flows, can be blasted into the atmosphere, and sometimes they can reduce temperatures by up to 2 degrees Celsius, because they basically form a big huge cloud, and it stops the sun's rays actually being able to get through, and then cause a decrease in the Earth's temperature, and sometimes this can be up to 2 degrees Celsius. Another key word you need to know is a fissure, and a fissure is just like a crack or fault within the crust, and this is where like magma usually pushes its way up through, because like it's like a weakness within the rock. So that's what we call as a fissure, so it's just like a crack. The next one is a geyser, and these are just hot jets of water from hot springs. The next one that it brings on to is the hot springs, and these are found where basically the groundwater at great depths is heated. Okay, so you'll find this around volcanic activity. Iceland is a great example of this, and what happens is that the hot water actually rises to the surface, and as it like emerges, we call this like a hot spring, and the water will be very, very hot, like naturally. The next key word is a lahar, and lahar is basically just ash, cinders and lava. When they actually become saturated with water, they create like huge mud flows. And we talked about like how in Nevada del Rios in Colombia in 1985, this killed lots of people because it caused like a huge mud flow. The next one is a calderas, and these are like a basin shaped depressions that remain at the top of the volcanic cone by the violent eruption. So basically when the volcano erupts, it leaves like this huge like depression, or a huge like dome shaped hole at the top of it, and we call them calderas. And the last key word is subduction. Subduction just means when rock actually goes beneath another plate and actually starts, as it's going in towards the crust and mantle, it starts to melt away, and that's what is known as subduction. So it's when one plate goes underneath another plate and it goes down, it sinks, and the rocks actually start to melt. Okay, so I've just made a few notes there on the different key features and the different keywords they need to know for this chapter on volcanoes. These keywords are very, very important, so please do learn them off. And if you'd like to just take them down, you can pause the video now and you can write them down. Okay, so that's it for this tutorial on the keywords on volcanoes. If you enjoyed it, can you please leave me some feedback? You can do so by maybe send us a message at Exam Revision for You on our Instagram or Facebook or Twitter page. Or you can actually contact us through the website, through the Contact Us page. If you'd like some more videos, please check out our website at examrevision.ie. Thanks, guys.